Well, that was Pets by Supermarket Tabloid Hero, and I'm your host, Dirty Ricky. Now, let me tell you guys something. All you listeners out there driving down the road, you got your headlights on, your windshield wipers are flapping, and you're sitting there asking yourself, Dirty Ricky, what can you tell me that's going to change my life forever? I've got plenty of things for you. Number one, all right? Cherish your loved ones. Number two, cherish your pets. Number three, don't trust anybody you pick up on the side of the road. That's basically the best ones I can give you right now. But let's touch on the pets thing for a second. There are so many things that pets have done for us as people. I mean, at some point, we had to sit down and think about how we're going to ride a damn horse. You know, I had some pets growing up, of course. I had a pit bull terrier named Roxy that I absolutely loved to death. And it was just sad, when she died. But she was with me through a lot of the hard times, and a lot of great times. So producers flagging me down saying we got some callers on the line. Let's see what we got on the line, folks. Let's try to keep this to being about the pets, because that's really the focus here. Caller number one, you're on with 98.5.
Am I on, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, hell yeah, let me tell you something. This is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I love talking to Dirty Ricky. I try to call in as often as I possibly can, because, damn it, I love this show. I like to crack open a couple beers and just, baby, used to take me back. Used to listen to this show all the time when I was on the road. It would get me through some dark times. Definitely through a couple packs of Miller, boys. Am I right? Now, let me tell you something. You brought up a very good point about the dogs and the pets in general. Stone Cold loves his pets, all right? Let me tell you, I got two dogs, Rufus and Lola. Now, both these dogs are phenomenal dogs. I absolutely love them. They work with me on my cars. They work with me on my in-ring scales. They work with me when I'm, trying to sleep. We work together taking naps. They're my pillow. They keep me warm. Anyway, let me ask you a question, Dirty Ricky.
Shoot for it. What you got?
You fancy yourself a dog or a cat person?
I suppose I'm more of a...
What?
Well, I was just saying I'm more of a...
What?
Well, if you...
What?
So you're just not going to let me...
I'm just messing with you, Dirty Ricky. Don't worry about it. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I got some stuff to do on the ranch. Everybody have a good night, y'all. Dirty Ricky keeps spinning the good spin, baby.
Well, that was a fun little call with Stone Cold Steve Austin. It just kind of goes to show that you never really know who's going to be listening out there. And it's fun to know that sometimes we've got, celebrity listeners. So, I definitely had a good time with that. But it looks like the producer's flagging me down, saying we got another caller on the line. Caller on number 2, you're on with Dirty Ricky.
Hey there, now, this is Hillbilly Slims. And let me tell you something. I've been listening to 98.5 since, my pappy was around, and he's been gone since, 1998. Dang old cancer got him. And I'm not talking like, he died of cancer. Cancer shot him in the face. Like a cancer, like the astrological signs. Anyway. Let me tell you something, Dirty Ricky. You probably make my night a little bit better. I drive a truck all night, and it's just nice to listen to somebody who's got like an intelligent point of view on stuff. But on the topic of pets and on the topic of Stone Cold Steve Austin, let me tell you something. I definitely have pet dogs and stuff that I would put the WWF championship on. But I go look at it, Stone Cold Steve Austin as a dog. But let me tell you something, all right? That dog was probably the best part of me. And there's probably nothing better than just hanging out with that pups, just throwing things around in the yard and just waiting for him to go around and come get it. It was a good time for everybody really involved. But, Dirty Ricky, got a question.
I'm all ears. What's going on, Hillbilly Slims?
All right, so just, generally curious right here, what the hell's going on with the Wi-Fi? Or the Wi-Fi? Is it pronounced the Wi-Fi? I don't know. I have problems with the word GIF as well, or GIF. I don't know. What's up with your situation?
I'm sorry. Are you asking me about what I use for my internet, or
what?
What the hell is he still on here?
No, actually, that was me. I just learned how to do that by just listening to him on the phone, which, by the way, as a huge fan growing up, let me tell you something. That was a treat and a half to have the Texas Rattlesnake come on to one of my favorite radio programs that I listen to with the missus right before we get down and dirty. That was dope.
Well, thanks, Hillbilly Slims. That that really kind of means a lot. I mean, it is pretty dope that we have the kind of reach to be able to get the Stone Cold Steve Austin to call in. But at the same time, I don't really want to know what's going on in your bedroom with the missus. Sounds like y'all got some crazy stuff going on. So, regardless, it looks like the producer is trying to flag me down, saying we got a third, 4 callers? No, 3. What are you doing here? Are you taking your pants down? Put your underwear back on. Stop that. Why did you leave your shoes on? Why? Okay, whoa. Now, folks, he's shaving his pubes right now in the middle of the... what are you... Don't put those in your mouth. Caller number 3, please save me from this idiot.
Hi, it's me, Harry Carey from Beyond the Grave. Hey, I bet you didn't know that I used to be announcer for the Cubs. Well, it's great to be here tonight. I love talking to Dirty Ricky whenever I could, when I was alive. We used to sit down and have glasses of bourbon together. It was nice. So I got another question for you. If all the business cards of the world were transferred into alcohol, would enough alcohol exist for you to sleep with Rosie O'Donnell?
Come on, man. I like answering that question. I mean, would enough exist? Maybe, but at the same time, I don't want to touch anything to do with Rosie O'Donnell.
I don't know about you, but I'd bone Rosie O'Donnell for free. I don't even need alcohol. Give me that big old woman. Let me tell you something. After I saw her in the Flintstones, I knew she was the one for me. So let me ask you another one, if you got the time.
Yeah, we got the time for one more.
Sweet. So if there was a cataclysmic event happening, and you had the option to either be Superman or Batman, which would you choose?
I'm going to have to go Batman because I feel like he's got enough money to do whatever he needs and be set to escape a cataclysmic event. But, aren't we supposed to be talking about pets and whatnot?
Yeah, I'm definitely going Superman. It just feels like he could just pick it up, whatever the problem is, and throw it. I don't know, even maybe a tornado or something. I don't know. But it looks like I'm being called back to hell, so I'll have to get out of here. But always good talking to you, Dirty Ricky.
I guess he just really didn't want to, talk about pets, but it's pretty cool we got Harry Carey on from Beyond the Grave. You know what's even cooler? We're back. The Other Entertainment Show, Episode 7. Recorded right here in Curtis's Podcast Network studio. Big shout out to Arcade Dreamer for the instrumental version of Dangerous from his debut album Born in the Midnight. Available anywhere music can be listened to. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, etc. Follow him on Facebook and Instagram at Arcade Dreamer Official. Twitter at Arcade_Dreamer. YouTube at Arcade Dreamer, as well as his Bandcamp, Arcade Dreamer. Gonna have a fun show tonight with some skits, fake commercials, etc. Be breaking down a movie, a TV show, and an artist. No video game this week. But we're going to try to make these a little bit more of a regular occurrence. So, buckle up, folks. It's going to be interesting. And kicking things off like we always do, we're going to have an initial talk about the TV show this week, which for me was a childhood favorite, Ed, and Eddie. Debuting January 4th, 1999, and ending June 29th, 2008. Creator Danny Antonucci and cast members, just of basic importance. Tony Sampson was Eddie, Samuel Vincent, Ed, or Double D, and then Matt Hill was Ed. Like all boys trying to survive growing up, they are clueless about girls and, well, life in general. Eddie may not be the best example of the moniker brains of the outfit, but the title fits him well, with his crafty schemes to get rich enough to buy their highest delicacy, jawbreakers the size of medicine balls. These schemes range from makeshift boat tours showcasing Ed's death-defying stunts, while he is basically barely mentally active enough to call normal. The kids, neighborhood kids, were typically the consumers or the ones attempting to be tricked by the Eds. Johnny, a boy who carried around a piece of wood with a drawn-on face that he would talk to from time to time, and he would basically make his decision based off what Plank wanted to do. Sarah, a loud, entitled girl who frequently struck fear into the hearts of the Eds, she would occasionally just beat the crap out of them. She was basically like, "Oh crap, Sarah's here. We're about to get our ass kicked." And as a youth, I definitely found her intolerable. Like, she was just the worst. Not to say that the Eds were like any more flawless of character here, but Jimmy, a brace-faced boy who was so timid and naive, the Ed schemes almost always worked. And he also rolled around with Sarah all the time because he was kind of a wiener, and she basically kind of watched over him. They kind of had like a brother-sister dynamic, but I don't think it was that at all. Rolf, a foreigner who found no time to mess around with the Eds or their schemes. He was always bragging about his fresh turnips and trying to rope the Eds into working on his farm. Okay, yes, Rolf is also the blue-haired guy that's looking outside of his doorway. It's a meme on all sorts of social media outlets. That's where that comes from. It's Ed, and Eddie. There's also like so many theories about it all. We'll get into that in a second. Kevin, the neighborhood jock who is cynical, mean, and loves working on his bicycle. Rolf and Eddie are caught up in a love quest for the heart of Naz, Naz was the proverbial girl next door for a prepubescent boy. She was smart and funny, and all too often got the best of the Eds as well as all the neighborhood guys as they fell over themselves trying to win her attention. Little nuggets about the actual creator and the process here. Danny was dared to create the cartoon while designing a commercial. He conceived the beloved animated series and then pitched it to Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, with the former deciding to pick the show, and then have it air January 4th, 1999. The show won 1 Reuben, 2 Leo, and 1 SoCan Awards, and was also nominated for 4 Leos, an Annie Award, and 2 Kids' Choice Awards. The show garnered 31 million households as well as a broadcast in 120 countries. Nearly an 11-year run, it is currently the longest running Cartoon Network series. 2009 saw the launch of their first and only movie, Ed, and Eddie's Big Picture Show. The series ended with the movie on November 8th, 2009. All right, so like I mentioned there, basically the entire plot of this show was the 3 Eds trying to get money and trick the neighborhood kids into doing stuff. And, it wouldn't be like, so-and-so's going to get hurt. It would happen sometimes, but it would be more of a, somebody has, everybody's just, they're charging like a quarter. That's what they're charging everybody. Give me a quarter, and we'll send you on this little boat ride down the river on this makeshift raft that all the Eds made. And there'll be tour guides, and they'll use Ed as the motor. And it's actually just a really fun and childish but entertaining show in general. And I definitely enjoyed it when I was growing up. Watching it was a lot of fun for me, and I definitely thoroughly awaited the next episode. Not because there was any sort of like episodic, whatever. Like there's no storytelling really. As far as like from episode to episode, but pretty good stuff. There was several of them I wish that they would just make longer episodes of, but whatever. But with that, we're gonna go before we dive into our next part of the actual parts of the other entertainment show. We're gonna cut now to some fake commercials as well as some other little bits that my brother and I, Cullen, have recorded. Were you or a loved one exposed to the Go-Gurt craze of the early 2000s? Well, you may be entitled to some early compensation thanks to a recent lawsuit settled out of court. You may be entitled to millions. Please contact 1-800-GiveMeBackMyGogurtMoney.com.
Do you hate your dog? How about you try the Pantdoodle? If you have a medium-sized dog or larger, we can make him into pants for you. Pantdoodle is the largest animal cruelty service in the world. Not to mention all the places we just opened up. I'm telling you, we got places in Canada, Mexico, South Africa. I mean, they're everywhere. People are loving wearing their dogs that they don't like as pants. And not to mention, Pantdoodles really help you get laid. In the long run, it's the #1 cause for sex in America. We genuinely cause 125,000 interracial couples to have sex. It's a 100% effect rate on the opposite sex. But it's also got magical powers because everybody loves dogs. That you can also, if you like your own gender, get your own gender. Man, I tell you what, now it works 100% of the time. Does not matter. If you're wanting to get laid, wear your Pantdoodles out. Matter of fact, let me tell you about this one time. I went out to the pub. I had a couple of drinks, and I was wearing my Pantdoodles, and everything was going great. Then I spilt just one tiny drop on my Pantdoodle. It happened to be right on my scrotum, which happened to be my dog's nose. I'll tell you what. Now that dog's nose was oozing, it felt like, for about 10 minutes. Now, for a minute, I was like, okay, maybe I had some beer accidentally go up the dog's nose. Now, I didn't realize that it was because I had been erect for about 10 minutes. And I had been feeling myself a little bit underneath the table, but it was also because I really liked the dog's fur, and I was just petting my dog underneath the bar table, and I didn't even realize it was my scrotum. So when I was erect, I was just like, oh, this feels good, but it was also because it was just soft. I didn't realize I had been masturbating in public. Now, I'll tell you what, if you like masturbating in public, Pantdoodle's #1 thing for you, because nobody will ever know you have an erection because the pants are very firm. With 75% dog and 25% starch, makes for the perfect combination of firm on the inside, soft on the outside. Just give us a call here at Pantdoodle, pantdoodle.com, and Pantdoodle accessories. Yes, we do have accessories too. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your dogs. Come on down. We've got Lucky. We've got Charm. We've got Frosted. And we've got Flakes. If you like cereal, we're the place for you. The only place that's got all the cereal you need. If you are a one-of-a-kind entrepreneur, cereal taster like myself, you need to come on down. Because guess what? At Cereal Emporium, we have the cereal. Come on with me, folks.
The cereal.
We got the cereal. We got the cereal. Hey, we got the cereal.
We got the cereal.
Hey, we got the cereal. You can come on down.
Got the cereal.
We'll hook you up with the cereal, girl.
Give us a bowl, some milk, and a spoon.
Go ahead. Just come on down to Cereal Emporium because we've got the cereal. No matter what, no matter the day, rain, snow, sleet, shine, does not matter. This is not football or any other sport. We're open 24/7. Doesn't matter. We even have online service. Go ahead and just hook us up. CerealEmporium.com. #1 representation for all cereal brands.
Cereal Emporium, located at 10th Avenue South and the corner of 83rd and Wedge. Cereal Emporium cannot be found liable for any cancer or diabetes that have been contracted, ingested, or injected. The following is a paid promotion for Del Rutafan. Hi, I'm Chad Carmichaels, and I am here to talk to you today about Del Rutafan. I'm not just some paid spokesperson, I'm an actual user, and I've been using since 2009. Del Rutafan has helped me immensely in the bedroom as well as at work. People are noticing that my focus is a lot better and that I'm erect most of the time. But enough about my portrayal, my history, my anecdotal evidence, as some would call it. Let's talk about what it does. If you've got electrical issues in your house, Del Rutafan can help. If you can't poop, Del Rutafan's for you. If you realize sometimes that, you can't sleep at night, Del Rutafan. If you realize that you sometimes can't grab you can't remember which one of the blind strings you gotta pull to get the blinds to go up, Del Rutafan. Let's say you're one of those people that you gotta have the roll of the toilet paper, and the roll's got the piece of paper folding over, like closest to the toilet and away from the wall. Del Rutafan is for you. If you don't do that, Del Rutafan is for you. That is the correct way to do your toilet paper. But enough from me. Here's somebody with some real information. Del Rutafan is not for people over the ages of 17 and should not be used unless consulting a physician over the age of 35. If your physician is not over the age of 35, consult a physician that is over the age of 35. Del Rutafan, it changed my life forever, and I don't think I'll ever be the same kind of person I was before.
I tell you what, I did Del Rutafan, okay, and it was great. It was one of those things that changed. It also changed my life forever. I was in a deep dark hole. I was there, but I wasn't really living. And then I took Del Rutafan, and now I'm living. Look at me. I'm out here being able to smile and look at people and be like, "Hey, look at you. I'm a person too." Del Rutafan, help me out. Might be for you too.
Del Rutafan may cause anal leakage, brain seepage, loss of brain fluid, loss of blood, loss of teeth, loss of taste buds, loss of tongue.
And also, don't forget memory loss, because I also lost my memory.
It may cause penis shrinkage, boob shrinkage, vagina drying. It may cause extra skin to grow over your eyes and you'll never be able to see again.
I grew the extra skin on my ball sack.
That is also a symptom. By the way, if you haven't called your doctor yet about Del Rutafan, you need to get on it because
I love the skin on my ball sack.
This is the number one thing people are using to combat everything. It's a fix-it-all drug, okay? Del Rutafan.
It fixed everything.
I mean, it can make a piece of wood go from curved to straight. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Del Rutafan should not be used while operating a vehicle or any other heavy machinery. It should not be used if you are pregnant, may become pregnant, or nursing. If you are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant, please ask your doctor over the age of 35. If you can't find a doctor over the age of 35, please see earlier in the commercial. Is Del Rutafan right for you? Make the call today. Do you hate when your dog barks in the middle of the night? We do too. Paid for by your neighbors. All right, and that's going to lead us now into our musician for the evening. Alyssa, tell them who we got.
We have Michael Bolton. He is an American singer, songwriter, actor, musician. Michael Bolton was actually born by the name
Bolton?
Yeah.
Bollotin.
He is 67, and his grandparents are Russian Jewish. Hence the last name, which he used the last name for his first album. The Connecticut native was born the youngest of 3 siblings. His parents divorced when he was a very young boy. He lost his brother when he was 13. He has 3 daughters.
Holly and Taron from his first marriage from Maureen McGuire from 75 to 90. From 79 to 80, he was the frontman in a hard rock band called Blackjack. He chalked up his first top 100 hit, Love Me Tonight, which made number 62 in 1979. This band opened for Ozzy Osbourne in the early 80s. Later on, in 83, he actually auditioned to be the lead vocalist for Black Sabbath. While he was recording albums or had gigs to play, he survived on radio commercial ads and sang the Army jingle, "Be All You Can Be." Um,
Random little nuggets about him as well. Michael has been a vegetarian for over 40 years. He wanted to make healthier eating habits to preserve his vocal cords.
and I didn't really look into it before we like researched this or even afterwards, but I don't even know if that's like a noted thing. Like, does eating beef really just mess up your throat?
Or your whole system, your whole insides.
Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I get, be vegetarian, be vegan if you want to. But I don't know if that's necessarily like correlated.
Right.
Anyway, in 1993, Michael founded the Michael Bolton Charities. These charities fight for women and children that live in poverty and have been abused. He's an active member in the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence.
He has sold over 75 million copies. He has 8 top and 10 top albums, 2 number one singles in his 40-year career. He has collaborated with Ray Charles, Celine Dion, B.B. King, and Lonely Island, and also many more. He has written over 200 songs. That's crazy. I feel like though Dolly Parton has written, she writes every day though.
Yeah, she's had to have written, thousands of songs at this point. Top songs are as follows: "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You," which he co-wrote with Laura Branigan in 1983, which was a song for her, and then he wrote it, and then he did a version of it 6 years later, and it became his first number one hit. When she did it, it went up to number 12. "When a Man Loves a Woman," "Time, Love, and Tenderness," "What's Love All About," "Said I Love But I Lied." I guess that "Said I Love You But I Lied," maybe. Uh, his net worth is around $80 million. Not a song, but net worth about $80 million.
Just little nuggets here and there. And then Lonely Island collaboration was the third most viewed YouTube video in 2011.
So, when did you first become exposed to the man that is Michael Bolton?
I still remember the album my mom had. I was in the kitchen. That's where they would always play music and throw darts on Thursday nights. And they would listen to Michael Bolton sometimes. And it was the one, he was in a black jacket. It was snowing outside. That's all I remember. But I remember, my mom just being like,
Jamming out to it.
Yeah.
My first exposure to Michael Bolton had to be those like old school late night come or call now to get your 6 CD set of the best love song collection of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like featuring such hits as Michael Bolton's "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You," and then it'd just be "How Am I Supposed to Live?"
It would always be on while you're not trying to wake up anybody in the house.
Yeah.
You're trying to sneak in watching TV out in the living room.
I mean, I had a TV in my room, so I was fortunate, I guess. But at the same time, that commercial came on late as hell every single time, and it never, I never once wanted to buy one. But I learned who Michael Bolton was, and I found myself singing the chorus to "How Am I Supposed to Live Without You," and not even knowing the words ever. And then I didn't really know anything about him at all until the Lonely Island thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, really? They got Michael Bolton in this? And yeah, then ever since then, it's just kind of like, all right, let's deep dive.
Right.
That's just kind of what it is. Like, I'll find somebody that, like, throughout history has, done something. Like, when I was younger, I didn't know anything about any music. And I started off, like, exploring Kiss. And then moved into Led Zeppelin and AC/DC. And I would get, like, as many albums as I possibly could of each of these bands. So at one point, I had, like, all of AC/DC's music ever, with the one exception of "There Will Be Blood," which you can't buy on CD. You can only get it on vinyl.
Mm.
And I just didn't. I didn't ever get that one. But I also had a bunch of Pink Floyd and stuff like that. But Michael Bolton, quite an interesting guy.
For sure, for sure. I always
mean,
thought
I
he
never
was
really-
gay.
You always thought he was gay?
Yeah, to be honest, because my parents told me, about the whole. I was super sheltered, so my parents told me if somebody has an earring, like one earring, that means they're gay. And funny
What are
story.
you talking about, like in the gay year?
Yeah, and
Jesus
so
Christ.
I was like, oh, he must be gay, or whatever, just like nonchalant.
Nah, it was the 80s
Yeah.
and the early 90s.
And then come to find out, my dad has that same piercing.
Yeah. He's like, Michael Bolton's got it. Let's go. He's been married. He got 3 kids. I wish your dad sounded like that. That just doesn't fit his body at all. It just would be funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely. When I think about Michael Bolton, I also think of like Christmas time too. For some reason, I have no idea why.
Probably a Christmas album or something.
Maybe that she probably had. Maybe that was the album I'm talking about.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
And what's gonna be funny is if we find out it's not even like a Michael Bolton thing. It's like Clint Black or something. Clint Black Christmas.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. All right, but that's our brief synopsis of the career of Michael Bolton. You should definitely look into the man if you have not done so. Definitely going to leave you some of the songs going to leave you in the feels. Some of his songs you're just going to want to listen to in the car at full volume. I've not even listened to Blackjack yet, so I'm going to actually eventually get around to doing that. But
Right, check them out, see what they sound like. I can't imagine his voice being like, yeah, all obnoxious. That's my greatest rock impression. Hope y'all enjoyed that. But
just said yeah aggressively.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like electric guitar. Meow.
Sound like you stepped on an aggressive cat. Now we're going to have some more commercials and, just little gigs and funny little bits that Cullen and I can think of. Were you recently tricked into selling your dog into turning them into pants by a corporation known as Pant Doodle? Well, this message is for you.
If you bought your pant doodles from a guy who sounds a lot like me, who is not me, who may be or may not be my brother, I have a message for you. We have this new refund service. It also comes with a new pair of jeans. I would like it if each and every one of you could say F Pant Doodles with me, and you can do it on fpantdoodles.com. Thank you, and F Pet Doodles.
Yeah, come on down to 3321. We got donut hoes, gonna have some fun.
Yes,
we
sir.
just trying to make your breakfast a little better. Make your party and your girl a little wetter.
Them up.
We got donuts, big, small. We got hoes, and we got hoes.
True.
Chocolate milk, cinnamon rolls, everything you need. Icing on.
True.
We got every type of milk and beyond.
And beyond infinity.
We be shooting, about to open up in a location near you.
Young buck.
Come on with the blueberry.
Call up. Holla.
Yeah, that's right. Maple bacon. We got
Sizzle.
feeling too. Yeah, I'm feeling me. I'm feeling you.
True.
Chocolate in this bit. Yeah, I'm talking loud.
33.
Go ahead and throw up strawberry right now.
21.
3321 East Main Sun. Donut shop up in the sky. Got the sign. Drive through.
Drop through.
Come on through.
Uh-huh.
We're trying to feed you
I'm hungry.
and your whole crew. At
Crew.
3321 Donut shop.
Donut shop.
We got food
We got food
for you.
for
and
you
damn
and your whole
We
crew.
got donuts and we got milk.
Milk.
3321.
21.
New from DFG, peanut mostly butter. This new product is 75% butter, 10% sugar, 5% margarine, and 10% peanuts. You can find it in grocery stores near you as well as in the dairy aisle. Again, this is a DFG product. The following message is brought to you by the Milton Hershey for President organization. Hi, I'm Milton Hershey, and I've been serving as your congressman for the last 13 years of my life. And I think it's time for me to take the next step. I have done absolutely nothing that I've promised, and you guys have continued to vote me in office, which tells me that I'm doing a pretty good job. I can't tell you a single time that I've actually enjoyed any moment of being in office, but on the whole, it's not been terrible. I've had worse experiences. Anyway, so I should be your president. Paid for by Milton Hershey for president. Ducks, ducks, ducks! Do you like rubber ducks? Well, due to a recent shipping error, I am overstocked on rubber ducks. Yes, I've got orange ones, blue ones, pink ones, and black ones. I've got ducks that look like ninjas. I got ducks that are silver. I've got ones that look like glitter has literally exploded all over them. I've got more ducks than Elon Musk has money. That's how many ducks I've got. And right now, due to that shipping error, I'm passing the savings on to everyone out there. So, get your ducks, if you want them, from me, Mike the Duckman. Hit me up at MikeTheDuckman.com or call us collect at 1-800-QUACK. In theaters everywhere, May 18th.
Samantha, why don't you ever take me seriously?
Because you're kind of a douche, Rick.
It's a story as old as time.
I will change for you, babe.
You'll never change for me, you idiot.
Dashed one more time. Look at me, I'm changing.
I knew you could do that.
Join us May 18th for stereotypical rom-com movie number 34.
I always knew you had it in you.
This film is not yet rated.
Oh, geez, Rick, it seems like we're in the wrong... Jesus, Morty, why don't you just shut up? I clicked the wrong button. Jesus Christ.
In these trying times, there's always someone we can turn to make sure that our spiritual needs are taken care of, as well as other things that are clearly bothering us at this time. The world is clearly in some shambles, and we could all use some uplifting words every now and then from the greatest coach to ever live, the one and only Iron Mike Ditka from the Bears. So let me tell you about Mike Ditka, okay? Open your Bibles to First Sweetness, chapter 7, verse 34. It reads, "You shall trade all friggin' draft picks for Ricky Williams, and there'd be no question about it. Blessed be his name. The church of Mike Ditka might be for you, so give us a call, 1-800-THE-BEARS. Join us this Sunday as Jim McMahon, the Bears quarterback number 9, comes and he retells and regales us with stories of the New Testament of Ditka. We're just a hop, skip, and a jump from any corner in any street in Chicago. Call Charles Manson Auto Sales when you need a car. Hi, I'm Charles Manson Auto Sales representative. Charles Manson, I own this joint. So if you need a car and you live in the area of the United States, you need to contact me, Charles Manson. Not that one, the other one, with the cars. That's what I do. I sell cars to people and stuff. No, I don't get people all messed up and then try to make them kill their friends or whatever. I never really looked into what he did, but I probably should, because people always compare me to him, and I should probably have that argument ready. Call Charles Manson Auto Sales when you need a car. And we're back, and we're gonna be digging into a movie now. Now this movie, it didn't come out necessarily in theaters, but a lot of us still saw it anyway. Alyssa, take it away.
And that movie is Smart House, Disney Channel original movie that aired in 1999. It was directed by LeVar Burton, who also was the narrator / main character in Reading Rainbow. He also starred in Star Trek as Geordi LaForge.
Geordi LaForge.
To direct this movie, he went to NASA to study their technologies to apply them to the smart house. He believed that the idea of a smart house was in the near future. Does Alexa ring a bell? Dun, dun, dun. Anyways, so about this movie, I'll explain to you guys a little bit about what goes on. So let's dive on into that.
Dive on in.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dive on in.
dun, dun, dun.
Dive on in.
It's about a family that loses their mom in a tragic incident. The dad is struggling to make men's eat.
Men's meat.
Not eat.
Make ends meet. It's all right. You make yeah, you got it.
It's fine. I just stumbled. It's okay. No big deal. And the son, played by Ryan Merriman, tries to take matters into his own hands. He enters a contest to win the smart house, ends up winning and moving the family into the house. The house has a virtual assistant named Pat, which is played by Katie Sagal.
And Katie Sagal, you would recognize her from Futurama as Leela. She's also Jax Teller's mom in Sons of Anarchy. God, there was something else that she was doing. Oh, God. Oh, she's the wife in the Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Married with Children.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's the wife on that show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in your opinion, what did you think of this movie?
Okay, so this movie to me was pretty interesting. As a kid, I found it would just be amazing. She would literally pop up at your request, sometimes without your request, but you know that was kind of the problem with the movie. But she would show up at your request, and she would like make your dishes disappear, and they were clean. And then she would like have your clothes disappear through like the desk, just phased, gone.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, you got clean stuff, and there's a lunch ready to go for you running out the door. And like it was just stuff that was like, wow, that'd be super nifty to have.
Mm-hmm.
And so for that, I mean, the movie has always stuck with me. I always like Katie Sagal. She plays a phenomenal character in this. And if you've never seen the movie, just watch it for that.
Yeah.
About you?
I absolutely adored this movie. Who doesn't want a smart house that would cook and clean for you, like you said? And then also take all your stresses off the day without having to do anything when you come home from work. I also love to see families work out everyday issues in their own way. And then in a time where flip phones and pagers and the Tupac hologram hadn't even been invented yet or thought of, this house had impeccable technology. And I think that it would just be really cool to live in a house like that, especially nowadays with Case.
Yeah.
For sure. Be like, oh, Case has a poopy diaper. Pat, change Case.
One poop removal, please. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Or
she see like that cough right there. She'd already have like a fucking cup of coffee a cup of hot tea that's got some shit that's gonna soothe your throat. It's already warm and it's not too hot. You can just go ahead and take a sip of it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh yeah, it's ready. Go ahead.
Or put Case to sleep for me.
Yeah.
That would
anything.
Be, God, take Reggie out when it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
Spends the snowstorm. Shovel your driveway. I mean, at this point, we might as well have to shovel our car. It's an igloo.
We might as well just try to do other stuff, because I feel like, with all the ice that's come down with it. Anyway, we're getting kind of far away from the point. It was absolutely amazing. The house would have the newspaper thrown at the front door or in the bushes, and it would be absorbed through the house and basically just show up on your kitchen island. And it's just stuff like that made this movie and the house really just kind of like, all right, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, LeVar Burton did his homework, and like always, he does a really good job at what he does. From that, nobody else in this movie, LeVar Burton, who you don't even really see, and then Katie Sagal, nobody else is like any sort of noteworthy in this movie.
Right. Right. And then another thing is it shows the bad part of having technology in our lives. Um, shows how having a virtual assistant can definitely cause some troubles. You want to set an alarm clock for a certain time. She'll make sure that you're up, but you're like, no, I want to sleep in a little bit. She walks in and she's like, get up, get up, get up, or which
Yeah.
isn't a bad thing, but there's other things too, or
I mean, I don't know. Morning people would hate that. That's
not morning people. You mean?
No, I mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, not morning people.
Mm-hmm.
People who like go fuck yourself when you're trying to wake them up.
You?
Those people. Hey, you don't ever just like wake me up. It's never just like, hey, I'm making breakfast. Do you say that on like the third try?
Yeah, because the first try you're not waking up. Maybe having Pat in here
And then,
would
and then
help.
the second try, Case is smacking me in the face,
Pulling your
and
hair.
pulling my hair at the root, like grabbing from the root and yanking. I don't know. I don't think that's a awakening that anybody's gonna, jump for joy for.
Right.
But maybe she could avoid things. I don't know.
Oh, we'll see. Maybe in the future.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I mean, I really don't think that we're that far away with Alexa being what it is, and all the technology improving, and
Because Alexa's now a tablet, pretty much.
well, it can be on anything. It can be like you can make your TV an Alexa thing. You can get the little smart lights and stuff and
Which
hook them
I
up
miss
with your
the most.
yeah. You can hook them up with your Alexa and tell it to turn the lights down.
Lay in bed and be like, Alexa, turn the light off, and I go sleep. And you can play Jeopardy, and then you go to sleep, and it'll play spa music while you sleep, or be a sound machine. It's lovely.
Hard no. It just listens too much. That's my whole problem.
Okay.
I don't want it listening.
Okay.
It
Well, I think that is our review for the Smart House.
Smart House. Not to be confused with Smart Guy.
Which is also a great TV show.
Facts. So that's going to do it for the informative parts of tonight. But now we're going to end tonight a little bit on, we're going to get us to about an hour of improv commercials and gags and stuff. Tonight at 9, a local boy found molesting his Catholic priest, and what we're calling the old switcheroo. For that story and many more, tune in tonight at 9. Captain Chris Hemsworth of the Men has just selected The Rock to maintain his position on the men's side. Now, Natalie Portman will be soon selecting for the women. Of the available pool, we have Rachel Maddow, Angelina Jolie, Eva Longoria, Selma Hayek, Betty White, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Sylvester Stallone, and Steve Buscemi. She's approaching the podium now. And it seems as though she's going with a surprise pick, and she's picking Steve Buscemi with the second pick in the first round. Now, a lot of experts had him going late in the fifth, if anything. And they got him going in the first round to be a woman now. Did anybody see that happening? Tom, did you see that? No, I didn't see that happening. I'd done a lot of research, and all parties included in this. This was just never on the table. This is completely out of left field. I have no idea what Natalie Portman is planning. Chris Hemsworth is actually at the podium now, and he will be selecting for the men. And he has selected Betty White. Now, these are two back-to-back surprise picks. Now, this one to open up the second round here, but you got to imagine, Betty White doesn't have a lot of tread on the tire left. So, what's the angle here, Tom? Well, you got to imagine that it's 100% star power here. I think they chose Betty White for the name rather than anything. Well, what do you think she's going to change it to? Probably Bernard White. That makes sense. All right, Natalie Portman is approaching the podium for the second overall draft pick, or the second draft pick in the second round, and it looks like she's going Angelina Jolie. Now, if you're not familiar, if you didn't hear, Steve Buscemi was drafted the first pick. This is their second pick, Well, this is an interesting one because there's the pictures floating around on the internet of the two of them at a similar age and how they look eerily similar when they were young. And I wonder now, with Steve Buscemi becoming a woman, how similar they're going to look. Probably not at all because his face is just all sorts of messed up. Tom? Yeah, I can't imagine that this is going to go well for anybody. I mean, Angelina's got quite the personality on her, and Steve Buscemi, he's not going to be pushed around. Chris Hemsworth is approaching the podium again, and Ryan Reynolds will be staying a man. The pick has just been confirmed. First pick of the third round. Now, everybody saw this one coming. And in fact, we're all actually surprised that this didn't happen in the second round or sooner, really. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, that's a first round draft pick right there. Natalie Portman's saying she's got her pick in, and she is going with Selma Hayek. Now, that's an expected pick. But does it actually solve the issues for what women need? I mean, I don't know. I just, when you look at the roster of the women, you got to imagine that Selma Hayek has to bring something to complement what's on the team already. And Tom, I don't see anything. Do you? Yeah, no, this is definitely a bad pick. I've seen more strategery coming out of the Oval Office than in this draft by the women. And it looks like there's been a trade. The women have traded back into the first selection for the fourth round, and the men have the next two picks. And it seems as though the women will just have the next. They'll just have one more pick. So the women are selecting Eva Longoria. Again, an expected pick here, but going a little later than we anticipated. Tom, what are you making here? I mean, this is draft board busting right here. Yeah, you don't really go into these drafts expecting surprises because you think you know, right? But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. All right, and Chris Hemsworth is now on the stage, and he'll be giving two back-to-back picks. And it looks like he's going Hugh Jackman, and with his next pick, Sylvester Stallone. And that will round out the fifth round with the women having the final selection in the fifth round. With only Rachel Maddow on the board, we know where this is going. It looks like the women are, what are they not? They're not going to draft her? They're just going to leave her sitting there? Oh, God. You got to feel for these talents like this. You got to feel for them. I mean, just sitting in that green room and trying, to keep it collected when all these rounds and picks go by. But yeah, it doesn't look like as if the women want to even attempt to draft Rachel Maddow. What about the men? Chris Hemsworth is giving me a thumbs down. Okay, so nobody wants Rachel Maddow. I'm being handed some new information. According to the New York Times, literally no one ever wants Rachel Maddow. Seems a little aggressive, but this will actually wrap up the 2024 Celebrity Gender Draft. Tom, you have any final remarks? This is just a big old. You just don't see these things coming this way. But hey, it's been fun to do this with you. And it's been fun to do this with you, Tom. I hope you have a great day. And, we'll catch up. We'll do coffee or something sometime. I don't drink coffee. I find it makes me poop too much. We're still live, right? Oh. Sexy. Nightclub. Stiff drinks. Cleavage. By Apostle. Don't you hate it when your yard gets overgrown? We do too. Paid for by your neighbors. Hi, my name's Stephen Bakhtiari, and if you don't know already, I am jacked. If you haven't heard of me, I have a 5-step program that'll help anyone out there get swole like me in as little as 5 months. If you're ready to take yourself to the mountaintop of physicality, brother, then you better believe that we're gonna be working out 6 times a day, eating nothing but steak and eggs. We're gonna be working and running. We're gonna be charging those legs and making them into working machines. So you better get ready, brother, because Stephen Bakhtiari's coming to an amphitheater near you to give one of my motivational pep talks. So you better get ready. Tickets are on sale now at local vendors as well as Ticketmaster.com. Are you still going to be a slave in your own body, or are you going to call me? More than 16 years ago, I was involved in a tragic tractor-trailer truck incident on the highway, and now I've dedicated my life to fighting for people just like that who are in similar situations. Hi, at Candelabra and Glasses, we're here to take care of you. We're going to make sure that you getting paid is your top priority. We know that nothing can bring back your peace of mind, but hopefully some money will help ease your pain. Remember, call Candelabra and Glasses at 1-800-CANDELABRA and Glasses. Do you like turtles? You might be entitled to a new scholarship offered out to anyone who likes turtles and wants to go to college for free. So all you got to do is write a 47,000-page dissertation about your relationship with turtles and send it to iloveturtles.com/college for more information. All right, folks, I think that's going to do it for tonight. This has been the 7th episode of the Entertainment Show, and I've actually had more fun doing this than I actually thought I would, and I'm going to try to push these out a little quicker than normal, than it has been, because this has been an absolute struggle to get this to happen. But quick shout out to Arcade Dreamer for the instrumental version of Dangerous from his debut album, Born on Midnight, available on